Hello and welcome back everyone. In the previous episode we learned about how to create the templates and how to create the hero component, and in this video we're going to learn about how to use it with the storybook, how to create the storybook components and use them. Okay, so let's do this. So if you go on to the GitHub and if you go on to the hero, right, and if you click on stories, so there's a stories folder over here. So what we need to do is we need to create the stories folder. Okay, so let's go in over here and let's create inside of home, inside of hero, let's create a directory called stories. Okay, so inside of stories we will create a file and that will be called hero.stories.js. so let's do that, hero.stories.js. okay, and if you remember, we have put the configuration over here that if it finds anything that ends with stories.js, is going to consider that as a story and it's going to serve that onto the storybook port number. Okay, so since this is hero.story.js, that's what it's going to look for. Okay, and inside of the next thing we need to do is basically just add this component. So I could actually write all of the codes, but if I did that, it's going to take really long time. So I'm just going to, and this series will take really long time to be completed. So I'm going to go ahead and copy paste the code from here and paste it here. And as you can see, what's happening over here is that we are just importing React on top, and then we are importing the hero component that we've just created. So this is the hero component, right? Okay, and inside of the stories.js, okay, hero.stories.js, we are going to import the same style sheet. So our storybook is going to use the same style sheet that we created, which is this. Okay, and then it's also going to export default, and we need to give this a title, and then what component is going to use. So in our case, going to use the hero component, and then we just do export const hero and then this component. Now, as you know that we are passing data over here. Okay, let me close the front page, we don't need this now. Okay, inside of our index.js, you know that we are passing the props.data over here, right? So since we are passing that, we need to give the same shape of data to this, only then this will work. So how do we do that? So I think I've already done that here. So we'll create a file called hero.data.js. So if you come over here, let's say hero.data.js. okay, so basically what I've done is, so whatever this data that we receive from GraphQL in the same shape, I just took the response of it and I just pasted it here. Okay, so the field group name, the title, description, image, page link text, all of that stuff. So I just copied the entire data in JSON format and I just pasted here because that's what it's expecting, right? Okay, so coming back onto the heroes.story.js. okay, so it's gonna get that from the hero.data.js. okay, this is fine now. I'll just refresh. Okay, there you go. Awesome. So now we need to run the storybook. So as we already know that to run the storybook, I can actually run it on a different server. I can spin up another server by hitting the command which is npm run storybook. So let's do that. So I'm going to say npm run storybook. So we're going to go into the packages and then our theme. And if you remember that inside of package.json we have already got a script which says storybook, right? And this is going to run it on the port 6006. So we'll just do that. So we'll say npm run storybook. okay, so now it's going to spin up a server, a development server on port 6006, and as you can see that it's loading all of the components, etc. I have already explained what Storybook is and how it works and how to create components into my previous video. If you haven't watched that, I suggest you watch them. Alright, and once it's spin up and running, we would expect that the hero component should show into the Storybook. Okay, so let's do that. Let's wait for it. So there you go. You can see that it's running on port 6006, and there's your hero component, and you can see that we've got our entire component being rendered over here. So if you go back and check, component name is hero, and that's what we got over here. And then it's inside home, so whatever name you put over here, for example if I put homes, then I'm going to see homes over here. There you go. You can see now it's changed, correct? So let's keep that back to home. And since there is a hot module replacement, you can see that it's already building, right? So that's brilliant. So this is how you can see the components into isolation, and you can develop them here and then directly include them into your actual component, right? Okay, awesome. So this is how the stories are done, and similarly we will do that for the other components as well. Alright, so I hope you did like the video. If you did, please give a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and please give a star to my repository, which is Gatsby WordPress Theme, and do follow me on GitHub. My GitHub handle is imranhsayed. Alright, and on Twitter it's Codeytek. Awesome. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.